And welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, again, welcome. uh, Starting off the new year with 230 subscribers. That's freaking amazing. So again, thank you for all of that. Happy New Year. So today's video, we are going to go over my TBR. This is a book. I always space out. This is a book episode. Show? Not a show. A book. Anyway, it is my TBR. This is going to be for January. This is just what I have, my physical TBR. I have about 2 books on my Kindle that I am not going to read this month just because I have so many actual books that I want to make sure that I get through this and then read off my Kindle. Even though I love my Kindle, it's so easy to read at night. But first we're going to start off with my reading journal. So I just picked this up. It's from Amazon. It's very, very easy. This is what the cover page looked like. I did do a couple of things throughout January. Oh my god, not January, of last year, 2022. It is 2023 and this is what we have. So this is what the front page looked like along with my thing. This down here is for this lovely thing. It has all of my, try not to spill it out, has all of my tiny books in here that I have. And one fell out. That's not bad. But isn't that cute? So I like to just glue them in there. If you guys want a whole how to do it, I can definitely go ahead and make a video of that. But we're just going to go over quick of what I have. I'm not completely done. I think I'm going to work more on it the more I read throughout the year. But one of my main goals this year is to actually read 100 books. That is a lot. I only read 25 books, 23 books, 5, I don't know, last year. And I just started reading in August, and I read pretty good amount of books. But I want to read 100 books this year, and I want to I do have a library card, so I definitely do want to utilize that more, whether it's just physically going or actually checking out there. So that'd be cool. I do have a reference here, so let me move this bookmark. So for this part, this is the next page. So like I said, my goal is to read 100 books. So every time I finish a book, I will color it in the square with what rating I give. Now, my Goodreads is linked down below if you would like to follow along of what I'm currently reading, where I'm at in my book. But like I said, so if it's a 3-star read, like a rating, then I'll just go ahead and get that color and color in the square. So that's how I keep track of that. This page, the next page is blank, and that's going to be for my books that I have. And I'm gonna paste them in here, and that way it's like a nice laid out display. Next one is an alphabet challenge. This page is super cute. I was actually very happy the way it turned out. So if the beginning of the book starts with a certain letter, then I'm gonna go ahead and write it in here, so that way see if I can, you know, achieve it. Now, I'm not going to be super hard on myself if I don't, like, I have to read something that starts with a Y and I'm not gonna enjoy the book. It's just I want to see if I can at least do it throughout the whole year, you know. And this page is for book of the year. So every year I will be putting names, list, book titles there. So in January, out of the whole month, I'll look at all the books that I read in January. If it was really, really good, and if it's really, really good, it's worth putting here, then I'll put it here. And then January is going to go up against February's pick, and then duke it out and see at the end of the year in December, I'll see what is the best book that I read throughout the whole year. So I thought that was really cool. This next page is just a really cute little bookshelf that I made. I don't know what I really want to do with this. I don't know if I want to color in based off of the book that I did. Let me show you an example. So last year I did this one where I colored it in, of what book I'm currently reading, and I just put the title in. I don't know if I want to do that for this one. I think I just wanted to have a fun, cute little in-between page. So I don't know if I'll color in or leave it blank. But besides that, everything else is blank back here. Like I said, so what I'm currently thinking is the book that I pick for the month, like my top pick for the month, I think I'm gonna do a whole page dedicated to it and do like a little collage and write my thoughts about that book and why I basically chose it. So I thought that'd be a cool little thing to do. But next we are going to go ahead and move on to my lovely stack of my physical TBRs. So first up, I gotta give a huge shout out to Just Allie. If you don't watch her, please, please, please go watch her. She's so cool. I love her videos, and she is a dedicated book channel, so go her, because that's very, very hard. But she actually sent me this book. It is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and you see, I'm currently starting to read it. But she sent me this cute little note. I thought it was so nice of her, and I kept it in my book, and it will forever be held here. But I was very excited when I received this book. I don't even have to go over this book because everyone should know what this book is. So that's one of them. The Silent Patient, I am very, very excited for this. I've had this for a couple months, but I just never got around to reading it. But I've heard nothing but great things about this. So this book is about a patient. She murdered her husband, but she refused to speak, so no one knows why she did it. She just holds her vow of silence, basically. So she ends up going to, again, this is just what I remember from first getting this book, but she ends up going to a mental hospital, and a psychiatrist takes an extra interest in her case, and he tries to get to the bottom of why she murdered her husband, because again, no one knows exactly why, and again, he's trying to get her to talk. So this is a mystery thriller, so I'm very excited for this one. The Selection series. I have never successfully read a whole series ever in my entire life. I read Twilight, but that was, I think I got to the 3rd book and then I just stopped reading. I don't know what it is, but I've never found a really good series, but I've heard really good things about this one. So I picked this one up. This one is a dystopia. Wow, I really can't say words. It's fairy tale fantasy, pretty much, what I've heard from it. This girl, she is competing in a competition to win the prince's heart, and she just wants nothing to do about it. I might be completely wrong, but that is what the synopsis that I heard of it. But I've heard this is really, really good. It's supposed to be a young adult, easy read, beautiful cover girl. But I am excited to read this one, so that one is on my list. And I did start the Need series. I read the first book in high school. I wanted to reread it, so I got it on my Kindle, read it really fast. Super interesting. That one is about pixies, not fairies, but pixies. There's a difference. But that one was really good. It was a fantasy book, young adult, super, super easy to read through. And I am going to start the 2nd book this year, but that's on my Kindle, so it's not on my January TBR, but it is on there. And of course, I have to bring in a Colleen Hoover book. I'm sorry if you don't like her. She is a young adult writer, kind of adult scenes. Her books are normally spicy, so be wary of that, but this is nice and brand new. My friend actually got this for me, and she actually signed it. So, not my friend, Colleen Hoover. But I am excited about this. I know nothing about this book, but I do like all of Colleen Hoover books that I have currently read. I've read 5 of them so far, so this one is on my list. And I did hear about this book. Like I said, I don't know anything about it. I typically don't read back of the books if I see it on TikTok. I'm gonna be honest. Because if someone says it on TikTok that it's really, really good, and I see a couple videos about it, I'm gonna go ahead and get the book. But what I have heard about this book is, if you read Ugly Love, that is the first book that has ever made me cry. And it wasn't so much of just like the writing, even though the writing was really good. For whatever reason, everyone should feel like this. If you read a really, really good book, you can see a movie in your head when you read. That book made me cry only because one, I was already invested into the characters, but two, it made me think of me and like my spouse and being in that situation, and it made me cry, and it was not okay. But going back to that book, Ugly Love, the characters, two of them are actually in this book, and one of them is the main character in Ugly Love, but they are mentioned in this book. So I am excited to read this one. Next is a Emily Henry book, People We Met on Vacation. My soon-to-be mother-in-law actually got me this for my birthday, and I'm very excited because this will be my first Emily Henry book, and I've heard nothing but great things about her writing. Again, young adult. I don't know if there's spy scenes. I will do a book review later on once I like read these books at the end of January. I'll go ahead and give you the ratings and everything like that if you're interested in watching that, because I will not be the first person to ever review this one. The Seven Husbands of Emily Hugo. Again, nothing but great things. All of my TBRs is, like I said, it's nothing but great things that I've heard about these books, which is why they're on my TBR, because I have heard nothing but great things. So this one is about a journalist who writes about Evelyn Hugo's life, and she realizes that they're very, very similar to one another, basically, like their stories intertwine. But I did, if you want to see me pick up this book and I actually give you a synopsis of it, please go watch my Barnes & Noble vlog. That's where I bought that one. Next up is a Lynn Painter, Better Than the Movies. I've watched Haley Pham. If you don't watch her, please go watch her. She is absolutely great with her. It's her second channel, I believe, her vlog one, but it's all about books, and it's basically become a book channel, but she raves about Lynn Painter. Lynn Painter actually, on her newest book, I don't have it, but on her newest book, she wrote a thank you note to Haley and her subscribers. So I thought that was really cool of her, but I've heard great things about this one. And again, that's going to be like everything in my video. I've heard great things, but I have. So this will be my first one. I am very excited to read this one. And of course, Jeanette McCurdy. Had to pick up her memoir. Got this one from my parents from my not my graduation. Oh my god, I haven't been in high school in so long, and I don't go to do college. So I got this one for my birthday from my parents, and I'm very excited to read this one. I've been saving this one for the new year. So yes. This one I picked up. I haven't heard anything about this one before. This one is The Comfort of Monsters by Willa C. Richards. I've never heard anything about this one, but I read the back of it, and it's supposed to be a mystery thriller vibe, and I like really good mystery thriller books. But yeah, that was my very, very quick January TBR, and I'm very excited to start this year, and Happy New Year. Thank you for all of the lovely subscribers, and I know you're watching my videos. Please subscribe. But yeah, I'm trying to grow my channel. Like I said, I will be posting a lot more this year, and I am very excited to read all of these books and to get to grow my channel with you guys. So again, thank you very much. My Goodreads is listed down below in the description if you do like to follow along, and if you do like to read, you can see what I'm currently reading and where I'm at and stuff like that in my reviews when I post, before I actually post on here. So again, all of my social medias will be listed, and I hope you have a very, very happy new year. Bye.